Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. Have you noticed an increase in quick judgments and temper? An uptick in tailgaters, road ragers, social media addicts, and an excess of people with short attention spans and shorter fuses? We live in an age of instant gratification, driven by a culture that caters to our every whim almost instantly. Humanity has a more animalistic side that inclines toward violence and savagery, which we have subdued to some extent through law and order, teaching right from wrong, and following spiritual guidelines. However, as these values become less significant to younger generations and respect for others diminishes, combined with the rise of instant gratification culture, violence is tearing through the carefully woven fabric of humanity. Let's examine both the obvious and subtle ways in which instant gratification has eroded humanity's patience. Although not all instances of instant gratification lead directly to violence, they contribute to an overall culture that ultimately endorses such behavior. We will also discuss potential strategies to reverse this damage, aiming to cultivate a more mild-tempered, patient, and reasonable society. Technology has played an enormous role in creating the era of instant gratification we live in. As technology advances rapidly, our patience diminishes. A comprehensive study from UMass Amherst surveying 6.7 million users revealed that viewers often abandon online videos if they take more than 2 seconds to load. According to research by the Nielsen-Norman Group, most users remain on a single web page long enough to read only 20% of the text. Emotionally, posting a Facebook status, a tweet, or an Instagram photo taps into and amplifies our desire for immediate approval. This habit of seeking instant gratification in the digital realm can lead to poor decision-making and significant frustration in the real world. Video games have also been blamed for irritable, violent, and impatient behaviors. While some claims are conjecture, there is research that supports this connection. During the era when Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis dominated the video game market, graphics were basic and gameplay was typically linear. Players had to complete levels in a specific order, often experiencing repeated failures. Completing a game was a process characterized by trial and error, often with more errors than successes. Contrast this with today's video games, which frequently offer instant rewards and shortcuts. This ease of progression may have detrimental effects on children, which could extend into their adult lives. The constant expectation of immediate rewards without significant effort can cultivate a mindset expecting praise and rewards irrespective of performance quality. In a fast-paced world where instant gratification is highly sought after, buy now, pay later taps into this desire by offering consumers the enticing option to make purchases immediately and defer payments. This allows shoppers to fulfill their wants without the immediate financial burden, providing an immediate sense of satisfaction and psychological comfort. Reports indicate that while buy now, pay later options may offer immediate convenience, they often lead individuals into deeper debt than they might accumulate with a credit card. This phenomenon is frequently termed phantom debt. If people practiced delayed gratification and limited their purchases to what they could truly afford, they would avoid such financial pitfalls and the resultant economic turmoil. Furthermore, consider weight loss as an example of an area where people seek shortcuts and instant results. Remedies for weight loss have been recorded for many years. Some may even point to the 2nd century AD when the ancient Greek physician Soranus of Ephesus prescribed elixirs of laxatives and purgatives, as well as heat, massage, and exercise for weight loss. Fast forward to the 20th century, and we see drugs such as rainbow pills. This regimen involved taking multiple pills throughout the day, all believed to aid in weight loss. These typically included stimulants like amphetamines, thyroid hormones, diuretics, digitalis, laxatives, and often a barbiturate to counteract the stimulant's side effects. In 1967 and 1968, a series of deaths linked to these diet pills led to a ban on the product. Today, products like Ozempic, intended for type 2 diabetes patients, are now rampantly used for weight loss. Even if someone doesn't go as far as abusing a drug to lose weight, they might try a fad diet that leads to inevitable binging. The pattern is clear. All these methods attempt to circumvent the tried and true method of weight loss through a strict regime of diet and exercise. Continuing on the matter of food, in contemporary society, the tradition of growing one's own food has largely faded, replaced by the convenience of purchasing groceries or opting for even quicker solutions like fast food drive-thrus. The era of toiling in backyard gardens is now a rarity, as instant access to food has become the norm. This shift toward immediacy reflects a broader cultural trend where people continually take without considering the consequences. The ease of acquiring food without effort has led to a disconnection from the sources of our sustenance and a lack of mindfulness about what we consume. As a result, many individuals fail to consider the nutritional quality or health impacts of their diets, prioritizing convenience over well-being. This pattern of consumption underscores a pervasive attitude of instant gratification, where the emphasis is on immediate satisfaction rather than long-term health and sustainability. People also often disregard consequences when cheating. Whether cheating on a test or cheating on a partner, individuals who seek instant gratification are often more prone to such behavior. This tendency stems from their desire for immediate rewards, disregarding the long-term consequences of their actions. In academics, students who cheat on exams may do so to achieve instant success without the effort required to genuinely master the material. Similarly, in relationships, those who cheat may seek immediate pleasure or validation, ignoring the potential damage to their partner and the relationship itself. This behavior highlights a fundamental issue with the instant gratification mindset. It prioritizes short-term gains over long-term integrity and well-being, ultimately leading to a cycle of impulsive decisions and regret. Cheating, therefore, becomes a symptomatic manifestation of a deeper inability to delay gratification and consider the broader implications of one's actions. Finally, the most lethal and once rare phenomenon, now increasingly common, road rage incidents often escalate to violence because individuals involved seek immediate retribution for perceived injustices on the road. A simple drive to work in the morning has resulted in people being shot and killed in their cars. In the heat of the moment, drivers may feel wronged by another's actions, such as cutting them off or driving too slowly, and their desire for a quick resolution to their anger overrides rational thought. This need for instant gratification can lead to aggressive behaviors like tailgating, shouting, or even physical confrontations. The urgency to address and rectify the perceived slight compels individuals to act impulsively, often resulting in dangerous and violent encounters. The escalation of road rage is a clear example of how the drive for immediate solutions can undermine safety and lead to severe consequences, reflecting a broader societal challenge in managing impulses and considering long-term outcomes. A man who is a master of patience is master of everything else. So what's the solution to the immediate gratification crisis? We need to rewire our brains and train them to seek delayed gratification instead. In order to develop mental fortitude, impulse control is vital. Long-term goals can only be achieved by an individual who welcomes delayed gratification with open arms. What exactly is delayed gratification, and how can we develop this crucial skill? Delayed gratification involves resisting the temptation of an immediate reward in anticipation of a greater reward later. This concept is closely tied to impulse control. Those with high impulse control are generally better at delayed gratification. Fortunately, this skill can be cultivated. It is well established that humans are inherently motivated to seek pleasure and avoid pain, which accounts for why children frequently pursue immediate gratification. As individuals mature, the reality principle becomes more influential, allowing them to assess risks and rewards, thereby facilitating the ability to delay gratification for greater future benefits. This capacity to postpone immediate rewards in favor of more significant long-term gains is essential for achieving sustained success, such as saving for a home, adopting healthier lifestyle habits, and making career decisions that yield future benefits. To develop the skill of delayed gratification, it is advisable to begin with small, manageable steps. Set achievable goals, such as waiting a few minutes before indulging in a treat. Implement personal guidelines, like waiting a predetermined number of days before making a purchase. Cultivate gratitude by concentrating on what you already possess, which can diminish the urge to seek instant rewards. Additionally, consistently remind yourself of your long-term goals to bolster your determination. Comprehending the distinction between instant and delayed gratification is fundamental. While instant gratification provides immediate pleasure, it often results in subsequent disappointment. In contrast, Delayed gratification is a robust strategy for attaining long-term objectives and overall fulfillment. By integrating delayed gratification into our lives, we can enhance resilience, improve decision-making, and ultimately lead more successful and purposeful lives. Do you live a life of instant gratification or delayed gratification? Do you allow yourself to be taken over by desire, or do you exercise self-control and patience? The choices we make in this regard not only significantly impact our lives, but could very well impact the lives of others. As philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau said, patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. Let us not forget that the things we choose to indulge in with little thought or consideration could very well be poison to our lives, instead of the sweet fruit of patience. If we want to cultivate a more mild-tempered, patient, and reasonable society, this change must begin with us individually. How can one affect change in the world without first starting with themselves? If you like this video, please consider supporting our channel by subscribing, sharing, and liking this video. Thank you, and don't forget to always push the boundary.